Jackson Radio Show.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We have chronicled on the Kevin Jackson Show, KJRadio.com, various things that you should take a look at that are racist. Like math. Math is racist. Hard work is racist against black people. And there are many other things out there that are just as wacky and flaky as it leaves you wondering who's sitting around thinking this stuff up. Life moves too fast for me to be thinking, oh, wow, well, this is another area where I've been deprived or something. It's weird. But now we have one that really is kind of interesting. And maybe we've actually covered this in another subject, under a different guise. Like, is nature racist? I know there was a professor that said God is racist. Wow. Really? Black professor. God is racist. God is a white racist. Why didn't she just add Republican and make it easy? So here's something that's racist. I didn't realize this. The outdoors is racist. Maybe clean air is racist. What do you think? I mean, think about it. The concentration of black people in the city. How dirty is the air in the city? Pretty dirty, right? Lots of pollution in those cities. Those cities are occupied with with people of lower income. And who's the most poor people? I'm just talking America right now, but we can go around the world here in a little bit. But it's black folks, people of color. So air is potentially racist because it's dirty. Or perish the thought, black folks are making the air in the cities dirty. Ooh, you wouldn't want to bring up that controversial subject. I'm not saying just in their living and breathing, but maybe in their vehicles or, cooking them chitlins and whatever else we do, because we can throw down with some Crisco. Shoot. Oh, yeah. The great outdoors is racist, folks. Air, the very air that we breathe. This is an article I'm reading from. It was the Blaze article. Do you love the great outdoors? Do you find nature comfortable and relaxing? Well, if you do, it's probably because you're white. This is according to a student at Claremont Colleges in New York. Yeah, you enjoy the outdoors because you're white. Now, I saw this. I'll be honest with you. I grew up in the outdoors. I grew up on a big 25,000 acre cattle ranch. And I did not realize the significance of this. Apparently, that was white privilege. I was in the lap of white privilege and didn't know. Because I was a poor country kid, and we had to take care of this property for a very wealthy white family. And I didn't realize that was a privilege. How dare I enjoy the great outdoors every day for most of my life? Claremont Colleges in in California. Would it matter? It's in the heart of liberalism. Anyway, a recent op-ed in a student-run newspaper, student Malcolm McCann claimed that non-white people are excluded from the outdoors because of white supremacy. See, when I see things like this, I really want to put my fingers around the throats of leftism. Malcolm McCann, I'm going to believe it. He's a white kid. I don't know many blacks that are McCanns. But he believes he's going to get on the good side of leftism, of blacks or whatever. So he writes a stupid article. And it is an opinion piece. But where would he come up with something so lame? This is not only is the subject matter lame, I mean, the idea of it is completely absurd, but the paper published it, the student newspaper. He goes on to say this. Due to the predominance of whiteness in the outdoors, people of color have been denied access to the outdoors. Not exactly brilliant writing there. Due to the prominence of whiteness in the outdoors, people of color have been denied access to the outdoors. He could have put his sentence structure better. But who am I to say something right? I'm black. I mean, student Malcolm McCann. So we've been denied access to the outdoors. Number one. And number two, it's predominantly white out there? No, it's not. When I go into the country, let me tell you what it's predominantly. It's predominantly woods. It's predominantly trees and shrubbery and dirt roads and whatever else. That's what it is. There's nothing predominantly white about it. They says McCann seems to take issue with outdoor programs at Claremont, which is a conglomerate of 5 colleges known as the 5 Cs. These programs, McCann argued, are the most funded on campus, yet are saturated with white supremacy. McCann admitted the clubs are open for all people, no matter the color of someone's skin, but not everyone feels safe to attend. So this is one of these things where I love the left's logic in this. It's open to everybody, but because blacks won't do it, it's obviously still inherently racist. Maybe it's inherently something blacks don't want to do. I have a lot of black friends who are from the city. And if you were to say, man, you ought to come with me and let's go camping. And man, shoot, I ain't going out in all them woods, all them bugs and crazy animals out there and stuff that can kill you. Man, I ain't going out there. And okay. I don't know what the polling would be. I'm not totally unofficial. We're not journalists here. I make sure people understand that. But here's what I'll bet you. I'll bet you the majority of blacks in the city, if you said, man, we're going to go fishing or we're going to go hunting in the country. It's 45 miles outside of whatever, name your big city here, and you'd have a blast. And they go, nah, man, I ain't getting out there. I ain't getting out there. Not all them crazy animals. And you couldn't entice them. You couldn't even say, dude, we get out there, we barbecue, we throw down with some hip hop, Yeah, you ain't trying to fool me. I'm laughing because I got a friend in mind who would say exactly what I'm telling you. You ain't fooling me, man. And this guy, McCann, who wrote the article, says it's because of racial boundaries that people don't want to cross. They don't want to be out there with white folks. It's a little scary. Well, I know black guys who have white friends and they constantly do things together. And as I said, and this is my argument, I don't care if people like it or not, you're safer as a black person hanging out with your white friends than you are hanging out with your own family, generally speaking. And I'm not joking about that. Unbelievable. How do you let somebody write this nonsense? How does this thing get published? It says the writer added, historically, white people in imperialist conquest have appropriated land as their own. North America rightfully belongs to indigenous communities, yet it's been taken away from them by force. More gobbledygook, folks. Take a short break. We'll be back.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.